I'm Laura Fong, your host for Common Sense, and today we're at Sage Goddess. They're helping us reconnect to find our peace and purpose. They're one of the most popular spiritual lifestyle brands on the market, and they have millions of customers worldwide. So we're going to take an up-close look at some of their specialized products like gemstones and infused candles and meet the woman behind it all.
I think I was always meant to do this.
Sage Goddess started as a dream for Athena Perrakis. She spent her days working in corporate counseling and her nights wrapping sage bundles.
I made candles and perfumes and incense because I enjoyed doing that in my free time. So I started to sell them to friends and just family members and just one by one here and there. And then it grew and grew and grew.
Like any startup, Sage Goddess began in Perrakis' living room with a team of two. Her and her husband, Dave Meislich, rolled candles, bottled perfumes, and took over the house.
Up until about a year and a half ago, Sage Goddess was in my living room, and then it got too big for my living room. And so attached to my living room was a playroom for the kids, and so we had to hijack their playroom. It's like, sorry kids, like I gotta move your art easel and your train tracks, you know, to like make room for Sage Goddess.
Sage Goddess grew fast and organically. In 3 short years, it went from a handful of customers to millions.
It was slow at first, and then it grew and grew and grew. And we do a lot to engage with people. You know, we do giveaways and Q&A and prayer circles and videos, and people feel really connected to us in this space. So I think that's part of how it went from just being like this big now to being that big,
Yeah.
You know?
Sage Goddess puts care into all their products, which has helped them become the largest online retailer of metaphysical tools, offering thousands of stones from more than 80 countries and more than 300 custom perfumes.
They can find almost everything they need. And what we tell people is because we travel worldwide, if there's something they want and we don't have it, we can find it.
Now, if you've never connected with your spiritual side and it's something you want to do, just stop by Sage Goddess and they'll guide you through the process. So if someone came in here and they just weren't sure, how would you walk them through the area?
Yeah. Well, so what we want people to think about when they're coming into Sage Goddess is connecting with their spirituality. It's cute because customers come in sometimes and they get their tray and they're here for the first time and maybe they've never done this before, and I look down and their tray is full of stuff, you know, like 3 candles and 2 perfumes and 10 stones and an incense blend, and I come over to them and I say, I love that you're here. I want you to pick one.
It's that first step. Perrakis encourages people to start with one item because she says they'll be more likely to use it.
We want people to come in and relax. We want them to feel deeply inspired to bring spirituality into their lives.
When a client first walks into the showroom, they'll see it's organized by theme and color, or energy centers.
The green energy center is for the heart. So we think of this as kind of the heart of the showroom. Jade is here and calcite is here. We have epidote and azurite from Morocco.
Then there are the gray and black stones for grounding. They help with protection to keep your home safe and to feel more connected to your family. For me, I need this area to calm down and reconnect. For the grounding, is this good for anxiety and just like—
It is.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
for grounding, because sometimes my mind is just like nonstop.
That's right.
Yeah.
And a lot of us have that, like the chatter in your mind, or just at the end of a workday, it's hard to unwind or clear those thoughts. So grounding is really helpful for that.
Plus, they offer handcrafted candles organized by chakras.
So chakras are the 7 energy centers in the body, and they go from the top of your head to the base of your tailbone. But each one, this is about creativity, this is personal, like confidence, this is love, this is speaking your truth, this is your intuition and inner knowing, and then your connection to God.
No matter what you're working on in your life, Sage Goddess has you covered, from gemstones and candles to handmade perfumes.
When your home smells beautiful and you have beautiful music playing and there's candles lit and you have your stones, it changes everything about your environment. But scent is one of the most important senses for us here at Sage Goddess. And we have testers for all the perfumes, so people can come in and just, and they do, spend hours.
Yeah, there's a lot to go through. Sage Goddess has all the tools to help people reconnect with their inner self and find their peace and purpose.
I'm not saying that you buy one stone and your whole life is going to be different.
The stone, candle, perfume, or whatever you choose won't change your life. Instead, it's a stepping stone to stop and take a look at your life, connect to your spirituality, and live a deeper life.
We're trying to create the lifestyle piece of this is your life. This isn't just a crystal on your table or a perfume that you wear. This is every aspect of your life, because the stress isn't going to go away. We all have jobs, we all have families, I have aging parents, we all have these things. But it's all of these things, what they do is enable you to enjoy the right now.
All right, we're taking a break, so take this moment to reconnect. When we come back, we're going to show you where the magic happens.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Welcome back to Common Sense. Now that you've learned how Sage Goddess all started, we're going to take you back into the warehouse where it all comes together.
So this is where the magic happens. So this is all packaging, shipping. This is where orders are filled. That's my team hard at work.
Perrakis has made spiritual tools widely available to people around the world through Etsy, where Sage Goddess got its start, and through their own website, which gives customers the ability to order products and connect with the blog and events. And of course, customers can shop at their Torrance headquarters too. So tell me, where are we at now?
So we are in the perfumery at Sage Goddess. This is where all of our perfumes are handmade. So we make perfumes both for Sage Goddess here, and we also manufacture for another label that distributes perfume outside the United States. All the perfumes are handmade here. I make them all myself. The recipes are top secret, which customers love. They love knowing that it's top secret work.
Sage Goddess also has a handcrafted line of bath and body products made in-house, like the very popular Buddha soap.
Some of them have gemstones inside.
Oh.
Like little Buddha. Little Buddha has a stone in his belly.
Oh, that's so cute.
Isn't that cute? This is our top selling soap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you don't know what you're gonna get. So there's a different stone inside of every soap.
They also sell home decorating items and clothing, and of course the product that started it all, Smudge bundles.
That's really where Sage Goddess as a business began. It began with my love of white sage and smudging with white sage, which is partly part of my lineage.
Perrakis' passion and love for the spiritual lifestyle is rooted in part from her ancestors.
On my mother's side, there's a Native American lineage, and so I'm very proud of that. She descends from a tribal chief, and so I carry some of those traditions forward. And then on my dad's side, his mother and grandmother and great-grandmother were the most well-known medicine women in Crete,
Wow.
which is an island just south of Greece. People came by boat, traveled weeks to see them.
And like her ancestors, people are traveling by plane now to see Sage Goddess, which is just 10 miles south of LAX near the corner of Hawthorne and Del Amo Boulevards.
We actually have people who've flown in from all over the world just to come visit our Torrance store because it's been their dream, and people come into LA all the time. It's so nice that we're so conveniently located near LAX.
Wow, I love that you're making Torrance a destination for people.
We're putting it on the map.
Let's get back to smudge bundles. Can you tell me what people use white sage?
White sage historically has been used to clear negative energy out of a space. And that's a Native American tradition that's been pulled into the present moment. We have a lot of people come in and say, I've never smudged before, and then we introduce it to them, and all of a sudden they're smudging like 2 and 3 times a day. It just makes a space feel lighter.
And there are many bundles to choose from.
This is Yerba Santa from Mexico. It has the same properties as sage, but it also is for healing. So, we try to offer people a variety of, these are our white sage bundles with roses, as you can see. That's kind of our signature touch, is that we put sage on, or roses on top of the sage. These bundles here are Artemisia. I wrapped these this is Artemisia from a wild field in Palos Verdes, actually. And Artemisia, people drink Artemisia tea. It's the same as white sage. It clears negative energy, but it's very light. So if the smell of this is too heavy, other people love Artemisia.
Oh, okay.
It has almost like a tea-like smell to it.
Yeah, it is really light.
It's delicate, yeah. And it doesn't burn quite as strongly as this one either. So people say, oh, I live with people and sage is too much, so we have options for them.
And in just 3 short years, a passion for smudge bundles has transformed into a 13,000 square foot warehouse with 32 employees filling up to 200 orders a day.
Again, to us, energy is everything, and having that human touch and knowing that, the people who work here are really special.
Everything at Sage Goddess is handcrafted. From mixing the perfumes, bottling them up and labeling them, to rolling the beeswax candles with gemstones and perfumes.
Yeah, every candle you see has been handmade here at Sage Goddess. It's really important to us. Each one has gemstones inside, and they're rolled with our perfumes, and I make all the perfumes myself. So there's a really loving, personal touch to everything that we do here that to me is mission critical.
Now you've seen the warehouse, stay tuned. We're going to show you the classroom inside Sage Goddess.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
Take a look, this is the classroom inside Sage Goddess. Now we're going to learn about the events and gatherings that go on here.
This really, to me, is the jewel in the crown. This room right here is our classroom. I was a teacher for a long time, a professor for a long time, so learning is really important to me. And so I do teach monthly classes here. We hold ceremonies here. We do a full moon meditation each month. And this is where all of that happens.
About 100 people pack the classroom for live events like the monthly moon ceremony, and between 5,000 and 7,000 people connect live online all over the world, which is just part of Sage Goddess's massive online following.
So we have about 200,000 members of different groups and communities online, and we reach between 1.5 and 2 million people a week.
Sage Goddess reaches people through live events and dedicated Facebook pages like to gemstones and perfumes. On top of all that, Perrakis also connects with the community through online classes.
I teach classes on all different kinds of ritual practice and spiritual traditions. So we even talked a little bit about Ramadan, which is an Islamic tradition. We cover Native American practice, Buddhist practice, Celtic and pagan practice, Christian practice, Judaic practice. So we do all of the different traditions in my online classes. And what we look for are the common threads, like what unites all these traditions? What's similar in all of them? Because there are similarities.
Yeah.
We're more similar than we are different.
She also has a class called the Magical Sabbatical, which focuses on women's spiritual growth and leadership skills, plus courses focused on crystals for adults and kids, gemstones, Reiki training, and astrology.
If you're a Virgo, say yes, that's me. I'm here. My awesomeness has arrived.
Perrakis is working to bring Sage Goddess to the people too by opening up more locations.
We want to be able to open additional company-owned locations. We want to start branching out into the Bay Area next year. We came from the Bay and people loved Sage Goddess, and when we closed down, people were really sad.
Once Sage Goddess is back in San Francisco, Perrakis hopes to grow the company more in Torrance too.
We've had so much support from the city. So even as we plan to grow, because we want to expand out of this space in about 2 or 3 years and add on additional locations and manufacturing facilities in the South Bay, we're going to stay in Torrance. So we're already looking like, where else in Torrance can we go to expand? Because we love it here so much.
Sage Goddess has seen a lot of success in a short amount of time, but Perrakis wants to make sure they stay true to their mission.
So I think the biggest thing for us is how do we do everything? How do we maintain the quality? And also how do we find some good work-life balance too? It's not always easy.
Balance and peace can be hard to find in this day and age with never-ending to-do lists and cell phones constantly buzzing.
We don't have peace. People don't have peace. And I think what Sage Goddess offers is a platform and tools and practices that really do offer peace.
Yeah.
And that's priceless.
That's what Sage Goddess is all about. Using tools like candles, perfumes, or stones, and combining that together to find a moment to reconnect and meditate to live a more fulfilled life.
But I do think meditation is really, really important. And so the way I teach people how to meditate, especially if they can't meditate easily, is I light a candle with them and I tell them to look at the flame and don't take your eyes off the flame for 30 seconds. Because even just in focusing your attention in one place, that in itself is a meditation, and you'll feel more relaxed after that.
And for Perrakis, it wasn't always easy to relax as she started Sage Goddess, but she has some advice for any passionate entrepreneurs.
You can't be afraid, you know? I mean, you have to do this and to do it well, you have to, if you have a vision, like if you know you have something in your heart that you want to do and you believe in it, you have to just start, you have to jump in.
But that doesn't mean risk it all to follow your dreams. You have to be smart about it too.
I believe in being very tenacious, but also being risk averse. I'm not a risk-taking person necessarily. So I tell people, if it's really your dream, then keep your full-time job, like keep doing that and do it when you can. In the evening, on the weekends, get friends to help you to launch that dream and that vision.
And Perrakis couldn't imagine doing anything else.
Just that I feel really blessed. It's teaching me a lot. Somebody asked me once, like, how do you know how to run this business? And I was like, this business tells me how to run it, you know? And I think that's what's unique about having a spiritual enterprise, is that it is a company, we do have employees, we have all the things, you know, like all the technical things. But what I love most about what I do is that it teaches me every day.
Special thanks to Sage Goddess for welcoming us into their warehouse and office. If you want to live a deeper life and connect with your spiritual side, head to 3830 Delama Boulevard, Suite 101, or give them a call at 310-370-2034. And next time you're on Facebook, head to our page Common Sense Torrance and hit that thumbs up to like us. I definitely learned a lot today, and I'm feeling more connected, and I hope you are too. So I just want to thank you so much for watching Common Sense, where we offer you a rare, behind-the-scenes look at local businesses and explore the secrets to their success. Now, it's been a really long day, and I'm exhausted, so I'm going to head to the meditation room to relax.